What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of the Plus Money Sports Betting Podcast. My name is Q. You can follow me on all socials at Bets by Q. And of course, this podcast is brought to you by Black Sheep Betting, where it is a dog's world. There are two links in the description of this podcast. One is for the VIP. That is where I give out all of my picks. Okay. It is not designed for average bettors, for degenerate bettors that are looking to chase parlays and lottery tickets. Okay. This VIP is for disciplined bettors that have a consistent bankroll, that have a consistent unit size, and are looking for month over month profit, because that is what we do. We are profitable for the year, we are profitable for the month, and we will continue to be so. How do we do that? We find value. We have rules. We don't chase. And the number one thing that we don't do is we do not take all of the plays and we parlay them. If you are paying for the VIP and you parlay all of the picks, you will be down. You might get lucky every once in a while because I will sweep the board. But that is not what it's for. Okay? If you're looking to be a casual bettor, to have fun, then the second link in the bio is for you. That is the free Discord chat hosted by my guy Will from the Double Fault Tennis Podcast. A fantastic podcast, by the way. Check that out on pretty much anywhere where you get your podcast. Check out the Double Fault Tennis Podcast by my guy Will. We're closing in, though, on the free chat, closing in on 1,000 members. And it's a place that we talk sports 24/7, 366. Okay. Celebrate wins, cope with our losses. You'll usually find me in the tennis channel late at night or early in the morning. For example, this morning we're on the Paris Masters tournament in the tennis world. Huge tournament, one of the last big ones before the end of the tour. But anyways, let's dive into Monday's slate. We've got a lot of action on the ice, the gridiron, and the diamonds night. Actually, it's the sports equinox. Doesn't apply to me because, I don't bet the NBA. And I'm not going to get baited into betting the NBA. I don't care what the profit boost is. Okay? Some of these things, man, like, look, the books are going to live off parlays. That's how they eat. That's how they stay in business. And I always tell people, those buildings in Vegas, if you've been there, they're not built off winners. Okay? They're built off losers. But we're going to roll into Pittsburgh tonight. I'm going to back the Penguins on the money line at home against the St. Louis Blues. They are plus 100. This is a spot here that checks every box for me. Momentum, matchup, mindset. I mean, Pittsburgh comes into this one 6-2-1. And, they're coming off a shootout loss to Columbus, but they secured a point. They controlled the play most of that night. It was a bad beat. All right. And look, shootouts have to exist because the NHL season is just way too long, way too rigorous, way too physical to have teams, play another, 20 minutes of overtime until a winner is decided. All right. So even in that shootout loss, I think that they were the dominant team. Power play for them has been red hot, 50%. Hitting 50% of their goals in their last 10 chances on the power play. Now they face a Blues team that is, they have the offensive power, but they're not clicking defensively. All right. This is a team that's lost 3 straight. They just blew a 4-0 lead to Detroit. So defensively, St. Louis, they're leaking oil. That's bad news against Crosby, Malkin, and the power play that's finally found some rhythm. Okay. Pittsburgh has covered the puck line in 5 of their last 6 wins at home. I think they come out sharp tonight, knowing that they're going to it's the first end of a back-to-back. They'll be in Philly tomorrow, so it's really important to secure the 2 points here to win in regulation or just to win in general. Okay, so taking the Pittsburgh Penguins on the money line plus 100. Lock it in. I'll see you at the counter. Now, let's go to the NFL. Because, yes, it's primetime football, but there are bigger games than this one between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Washington Commanders. And the headline is simple here. No Jaden Daniels for Washington. Nobody in football has taken more hits than this kid. He's fearless, but he's got to learn to protect himself. All right? Slide, throw it away, live to fight another down, do whatever you got to do. He's the franchise quarterback talent, but Washington needs him to be healthy. This was a team that made it to the NFC Championship last year and lost to the Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles. All right. So with Daniel sidelined today, we're going to get the Commanders turning to Marcus Mariota. And the Chiefs are laying 11.5 points. That's a big spread. But it's still under the key number of 14. And honestly, it's tough to fade Kansas City right now. They rank third in the NFL in EPA per play, elite efficiency, while, Washington's defense, they've ranked 24th. Okay. Mahomes and this offense, now that they're healthy, they should be able to move the ball at will. But instead of laying that big number, I'm going to go a different route. The over is the play here. Okay. I mean, overs yesterday, they went 8-2-1. Favorites went 9-2-1 straight up, something like that. I mean, so we're getting a lot of scoring. I think it might be because of the new kickoff rule with the ball coming out to that 35, 40, yard line. But Mariota's a legit backup. He ranks actually sixth in PFF passing grade if you ignore the snap minimums. And he's got a full arsenal tonight. Terry McLaurin, Debo Samuel are both active. Add in that Cliff Kingsbury, he'll be calling the plays for Washington. They should be able to steal some points here. I don't think they'll make it closer than people think, but I do think that they can put up some points. And the trends back it up, okay? The over here, 5-0 when Washington faces a team that protect the football under Dan Quinn. 65.8 total points in those games. 6-1 versus AFC opponents to the over. And since 2021, when a team with a winning record plays after back-to-back home games, the over is 61-30, averaging nearly 52 points per game. So yes, we're getting 48. Think that fits this Kansas City spot perfectly. Think they're coming off 2 straight at Arrowhead. Andy Reid teams historically explode in these situations. Everything lines up for fireworks in this matchup. Official play here is going to be the Chiefs and the Commanders over 48 points. And I got one more play here, okay? It's really important. And I was watching some of the press conferences by the team this week, and the Chiefs just got to get Pacheco the ball. He's coming off a 15-carry, 57-yard game with a touchdown. I expect similar usage tonight. Game script should favor the run, and when the Chiefs get down near the goal line, Pacheco is the guy that they trust to finish. Yes, we've seen some of I'm blanking on his name right now, Kareem Hunt, but I think Pacheco's the guy here tonight, okay? This feels like a spot where he finds the end zone. It'll be his second of the year on the ground. Obviously his first on back-to-back games. And, the game that he scored in last week was against the Raiders in a very similar, lineup, right? I mean, Chiefs laying massive amounts of points, blowout win. Pacheco ends up finding the end zone. I think he finds it again tonight. Okay, Isaiah Pacheco, anytime touchdown, plus 210. Lock it in. I'll see you at the counter with those 2 plays in the Monday Night Football game. Now, to the big story of the night. World Series Game 3, Blue Jays versus the Dodgers. We head to Los Angeles for Game 3. Series is tied. I'm on the over 8 runs here, okay? This series shifts to the West Coast, and with the 2-3-2 format, both teams know this stretch could decide everything. Dodgers are favored behind Tyler Glasnow, while Toronto will counter with Max Scherzer. 2 big names, but both bring plenty of risk. Glasnow stuff is electric, but his command issues make him a bit unpredictable. He will walk base runners. He will put players on base, okay? He can strike out the side 1 inning, load the bases the next inning. He hasn't pitched in 10-plus days. His walk rate has been one of his biggest problems all season. The long layoff, I feel like, could make it a lot easier for this Toronto team to get a feel for him. Definitely going to have some early command rust coming in after not pitching for about a week and a half. And Scherzer's story on the other side of the bump is very similar. Veteran arm, still fiery, not the same level of dominance that he's had in his career. His fastball does not miss bats like it used to, and lefties have been hammering him this year. He's been prone to hard contact and can unravel, quickly once the lineup turns over for a second time. Neither pitcher is probably going to go deep here, which means both bullpens will factor in heavily to this total. Both have been shaky throughout the postseason. Okay, between Glasnow's inefficiency and Scherzer's age, this sets up for a constant traffic and plenty of scoring opportunities. I don't like a side here, man. Like I so badly want to take the Blue Jays, but I think that's just me wanting them to win this game, and you cannot bet with those lens or through that type of lens. Okay, you know, you add in the warm weather in LA, two disciplined lineups. The pressure of the moment. I'm expecting runs early and often, over 8 runs in the Blue Jays Dodgers game 3. I mean, if nothing else, the storyline for the Dodgers coming into this one was their bullpen. Okay, they have gotten, they just got a complete game out of Yamamoto. All right, they're not going to get one out of Glass now. They're going to have to go to the bullpen in one of these games significantly and ride the bullpen. I think this is the game that happens. Final score projection, something like 6-4, 7-5. Either way, I think we get plenty of offense. Over 8 runs in game 3 of the World Series. Lock it in. I will see you at the counter. Okay, 4 plays on the board, 4 units in play to start off the Monday. Let's get it going, okay? Penguins on the money line, plus 100 at home against the St. Louis Blues. Then we're on the Chiefs and Commanders over 48 points in the Monday night football game, as well as Isaiah Pacheco anytime touchdown, plus 210. And to cap it off, we were on the Blue Jays and Dodgers over 8 in game 3 of the World Series. That's the card for tonight. Ice, gridiron, diamond, all covered. Good luck to everyone tailing in this sports equinox day where all 4 major sports are on at the same time. Let's start this week with a few winners. Hopefully all 4 of them going for the sweep. Feeling good. I feel like we sweep the board today. Again, my name is Q from Black Sheep Betting. I'll be back here on Tuesday with more plus money plays around the sports world. Peace.